Hey, welcome to the Team Babe podcast. I'm Jason, and I'm Babe.
And I'm Robin, and I'm Babe.
Yeah, and I look at you for validation when I say that, I just realized.
Oh, to mean that you want to make sure I'm still Babe?
I want to make sure you're just on board with the whole thing.
Oh, I gotcha.
Yeah, because there's something different about today's episode.
I know, right?
Yeah. It's like we've changed locations. The cupboard that looks like a cat with weird glowing, hood teeth.
Oh, nobody can see that but you, though.
Oh, right. Well, it's closer. That's what I was going to say.
Oh, you usually look at that when we're in the living room?
Several times per episode. I'm consulting with, what's that, Tom and Jerry? Which one's the cat?
Tom. Like
I'm
Tom
consulting
cat.
with Tom. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
See, it's got the square eyes.
Oh, yeah.
Little pupils.
It could also be a train.
We'll get a picture of this for you good podcast watchers to give you a grand tour.
So interesting.
Well, that's what we do here, Babe. I think we provide a very valuable resource for people who just, need something to do. Need some, cool cats to hang out with.
I know, right?
Tom, me, you. Hanging out with the cats.
Can I be kitty cat?
You can be kitty cat.
Okay.
Do you like the name Kitty?
No, not without the cat part.
Okay.
I don't want anybody to start calling me Kitty.
Yeah, because at one point you did change your name from Kitty to Karen.
That's only because I wear a short skirt and a long jacket.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If I had one of those clacker things, I would do that. Maybe, that would be good if I had my little sound effects board.
Yeah. Next time.
Yeah.
Next time, bring out all your instruments, just in case, and you can, pull them out from under the table and, make little, punchlines in each of our jokes.
Yeah.
Like a drum kit.
Oh, right.
I
could just set up a drum kit in here.
You could, but I'd rather you didn't.
Yeah. So what's up? We alluded to something being different today, but so far it's just that Tom is closer.
Oh, right.
To me.
Yeah.
It's always close to my heart, but
imaginary cat.
Physically closer now.
Well, we decided that we would make a video.
Oh. Am I sitting up straight enough?
No, you are.
Am I slouching? Am I hunching? Am I
just
canting forward?
Be natural.
What do I do with my hands?
You're a natural. You're a natural.
Oh wow, we haven't thought this out. All the wild gesticulating here could get a little crazy.
No, we just decided that, since we're all trapped inside, I guess, for the most part,
yeah,
everything.
We're supposed to be.
Right. We're supposed to be doing that.
Yeah. That
it would be nice to, maybe see a face to go along with this ridiculously funny audio that we've been doing,
Yeah, exactly. And it's like when you're going to see a face, if you have a choice, maybe you don't want to look at Sloth from the Goonies.
Are you trying to say that we're more good looking than Sloth?
It's just one notch up from Sloth. That's what I would say. I've been going to great lengths probably over the last almost 4 years to really cultivate the homeless person,
Chic.
steez.
The street style, as the kids call it.
Yeah, man. Getting that stubble to grow out to that proper length where it's absolutely driving you crazy to the point where you're just
Well, I think actually a lot of people are going to develop their own coronavirus shut-in look, and that was part of why I went and I got my hair done, even though I wasn't really supposed to go out and see people that I don't that are not living in my house with me, because I was this is my last chance to cover up my gray.
Oh, your last chance? It could be the last time.
For a while.
Oh,
and I was I want to be looking good for the duration of the coronavirus, so.
Well, it's very important. I think it's, much more important than flattening the curve or whatever, reducing the spread of the disease, I think is, getting your hair did.
Well, this was a VIP situation. I was the only person in the salon, okay? And it was one day before they had the shutdown, so I made it
Oh, you made it in before the
Made it.
shutdown.
That's right.
God, you're legit.
I'm legit.
If they were shut down, I mean, if the shutdown was in effect, would you still have gone, you think?
No.
I mean, not to tell tales out of school or anything.
No,
but,
I
like,
wouldn't have.
Are you that level of criminal?
Well, I probably would have just gone and gotten my own, peroxide or whatever. I've been known to do that. Remember?
Yeah, there were some good times.
Dye my hair?
Yeah, I remember the good times. For Babe and me.
Let's hope we don't have to go back to that,
Yeah, for sure. So how the hell are you doing, people?
Yeah.
I'm wildly gesticulating and I'm looking into the camera and it's good to pretend to see you, and hopefully it's good for you to see me and she.
We'll find out.
Okay.
People will leave all those comments and tell us all about it.
Jesus.
Right?
I hope they leave comments. That'd be like a step up from current times. No, that would be a step down. Wait.
Would it?
No, it'd be good.
I think comments would probably be good.
Yeah.
Right?
Let's
as long
do it.
as they're nice.
Hey, everybody.
So one thing I want to mention is that we were drinking our coffee at 11:15 p.m. and that's how much we love our Northbound Roasters coffee.
That's right.
So
I'll speak into the mic too.
yeah, thank you.
Northbound. It is a really nice cup of joe.
It really is.
Yeah. Look them up on the internet.
Yeah.
Northbound Coffee Roasters. Great local roaster.
Yeah, we're supporting local business here.
Yeah.
Because you all should be doing that right now because it's tough times, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we just like drinking it too. And that's what we're doing right now.
Yeah, I know. Look at us.
Mine's getting a little low.
We're going to be up all night. So, I don't know about you, but there's certain things about the 90s, that sort of come back around, trends and whatever.
Mm-hmm. Like a Rage Against the Machine song.
Yeah, it's coming back around again.
Mm-hmm.
And then, grunge already kind of came and went and it's kind of holding on still, right? And then, I realized that there was other things from the 90s that seemed really relevant, now, in our present times.
Yeah.
And then I was, telling Charlie, here's all these songs you should listen to. And he was like, okay, tell me all the music videos that you think I should watch. And I was like, oh, I got some good ones for you.
Wow.
Yeah.
What did you tell him?
Oh, I told him, Beastie Boys, Sabotage, Whip It from Devo.
Yeah.
Talking Heads, the classics. I mean, you gotta start somewhere, right? If you've never watched music videos, you might as well start at the beginning.
Sure.
Because music videos now are kind of a joke, if you ask me.
I haven't seen one for a long time, other than on the YouTube or whatever.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
So anyway,
not a whole lot of MTV watching going around these parts.
Well, there's no music on MTV, so you have to travel back in time.
Music television.
So Jamiroquai was one of those videos where I was like, oh, you gotta watch this video because it was ahead of its time, because they used all the green screen and all that stuff, right?
Sure.
And I was like, it's a really weird, means nothing video. But then I listened to it while I was watching it, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is totally what's happening right now.
Yeah.
We are
old Jamiroquai, or J.K., born Jason Lewis Cheatham.
Wow.
On the 30th of December, 1969.
Who did their research? Good for you.
Yeah, he was a poet and a prophet and a genius.
This is true, and we didn't know it at the time. I just thought he was some kind of weird white dude that liked to, dance on an escalator sort of thing,
Right. Yeah. And of course, we're talking about the amazing 1996 smash single, Virtual Reality.
No. Virtual Insanity.
Oh. Oh my god, I thought we were in virtual reality for a minute there. I was starting to get ready to look at the backs of my hands.
And be like,
Lawnmower Man. I'm in it.
Yeah, we're not quite. I guess we could be there anytime we want.
Ooh, maybe that's that's going to be the cool thing to do now. I'm sure virtual reality was supposed to be super cool in the 90s. And now, like, I mean, it is kind of like coming back. They're getting some new stuff going on. But maybe like VR podcasting is like the new shit.
So you can experience it with us.
Yeah.
You can come and sit in the kitchen while we talk. That'd be so exciting.
Yeah, we can send you some of the dirt that's on our floor or whatever, so you can walk around in it and like get it caked on your feet.
Oh man, that would be like so intimate.
Yeah.
Well, when virtual reality like was super popular in the 90s, my dad was super into it, and he would go to these like virtual reality like arcades or whatever you want to call them, like, and I have no idea.
A varcade. Is that what they call them?
Is that? Oh, like VR.
Varcade. I don't think that's what they call them.
I don't know what they call that.
It's a bad name, but it seems like somebody would have done that. Maybe they did.
They probably did.
If anybody remembers going to the Varcade, if you're old enough, let us know.
Yeah.
Hit us up on the social media.
Yeah. So anyway, he was so into it. I actually had a jean jacket when I was a kid in like 5th grade that was like embroidered on the back with like this whole virtual reality thing.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. What, do you remember the name of the place?
I don't, off the top of my head. I don't have that
Virtual
jacket.
City.
It was something like that. It was like a Bay Area chain of arcades where you could go and do virtual reality.
Nice.
Yeah.
Not called Varcade.
No.
Called something else that made more sense, probably.
Something.
Or it was just like easier to grasp.
It was something that had a compass logo on it. Yeah, like it was like, go to this other world, Yeah. But I never played it, so I was like, I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
But I was like,
I'll wear the jean
I like
jacket.
the jean
Was it
jacket.
Levi's?
Yeah.
Damn. That's some nice swag.
Oh, yeah.
There's definitely some cash behind that, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so not virtual reality. That's the thing that we have. The song is Virtual Insanity by Jamiroquai.
Is that how you say it?
I think.
Is that what Wikipedia said?
I don't know. Wikipedia also, what was that crazy thing they told me yesterday? Where it was like, oh shit, I can't
Something
remember.
about Jamiroquai?
Maybe it was in the Jamiroquai rabbit hole that I was going down, but it might have been another one too, where it was like, it made this weird reference to this thing in this time frame, and then I looked it up.
Oh.
And then it was like, was that Jamiroquai?
Yeah, but that was because it was all about him being inspired by an underground shopping mall.
Oh, yeah. And who knows, because it's Wikipedia, if that's even true, but that was interesting. So, like, there's this underground, like, railway station, which a lot of them are underground, so that's not that unique, but shopping mall thing that has, like, art galleries and stuff in it, apparently, in Sapporo, Japan.
Right.
Never seen it, never been myself, but yeah, so that inspired the song.
But I think an underground shopping mall in 1986 would have been really strange.
Probably.
Where like now I feel like nobody would care. Be like, I don't want to go to the mall, I'll just get it on Amazon.
Yeah, so I guess it's really important because they have such like harsh winter weather. So like people who want to go out and like walk around, like if you did that upstairs, you'd be dead. You'd be like a little Japanese popsicle.
Right.
Or something.
That's true. I can
Right?
see that. Yeah. Yeah.
So thank God that they built that underground mall in Sapporo.
I gotta say though, I feel like those lyrics though that he had in that song were like way ahead of their time. And it was kind of like talking about this whole situation that we're in now, somehow.
Yeah.
But I think he was talking about like a sort of a virus of technology, like people being trapped in some sort of insanity because of technology, which I think we've been doing that too.
Sure.
Like with social media and smartphones and whatever. Being addicted to that. So I think he was kind of talking about that. That was smart, But then now that we've got this whole like sheltering in place situation, it just seems to like make everything more heightened and more strange.
Totally. Yeah. The lyrics are pretty heavy and excuse me, and deep.
You're excused. Uh-oh.
I think I might have to take that again.
One more time.
Yeah, the lyrics are so natural, man. I'm just a great actor.
Yeah.
That's my whole life. Yeah, the lyrics are pretty heavy, man. We're like talking about what we were gonna talk about last night, and
That's confusing.
Looked them over.
Yeah.
Hey, man, what is it? How many days has it been since we've been on lockdown? Day 32.
No.
No, that's just in my mind.
Day 2.
No,
No, it's day 3.
Come on.
Since shelter in place?
Oh, really? Okay, that's the California thing?
Yeah.
That's the governor?
That's since
like
Thursday.
saying, hey, do this?
Yeah, Thursday night. So we're like Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Oh,
3 days, man.
3 days.
Yeah.
You did it, man.
We made it through day 3. Right?
Right. I guess we're gonna be okay. But maybe not, based on, like, the virtual insanity that's happening right now in my mind.
Man, I mean, I feel like we're gonna be okay as long as like one more thing doesn't happen. That's kind of what I'm thinking about it, you know?
Man, you're really tempting fate there.
Like if, I won't even say, but if one more little thing goes wrong, I think everybody's gonna lose it. And they're gonna be like in the streets, like with their rocket launchers and stuff like that, you know?
Totally.
Yeah, because tensions are high.
So yeah, if you get a chance to check out the song, Virtual Insanity, then do it. Listen to it. Give it a listen.
It's a good song.
Listen to it again for the first or 1,000th time.
It was new to Charlie.
Yeah, and he watched the video too, and he told me about it today when we went on a mountain bike ride. But yeah, so and that got me thinking about like, okay, what are other like, pandemic or like disaster related songs?
Right.
Because like, you look on Netflix right now and everybody's home, so everybody's like watching the shit out of Netflix, and like it's like pandemic and outbreak and like the Andromeda strain. I imagine, I haven't seen that on the thing actually, but I'm trying to think of other outbreak movies. But it's like, whoa.
Right.
Like people are watching that?
Right.
Like, does that make you feel better in some way? Like, I don't even know what that pandemic show's about, but that scares the shit out of me.
Yeah, no, I'm not going to be watching that. I'm living it, man. I don't need to, also experience a fantasy version of it. I mean,
yeah.
Thank you.
So that begs the question for me, like, what are the songs that are the counterparts to that? Like, if you could see the top, like, which I'm sure you can, like on Spotify or like Apple Music or something.
People are making all kinds of coronavirus playlists as we speak.
Yeah, but I don't mean playlists necessarily, like, because that could include like things that help you feel better or whatever about it.
You don't want to feel better. This is like a predicting the future.
No, I'm just thinking of songs specifically that are about like, some sort of gigantic worldwide disaster. Like there's that Aerosmith one about not closing his eyes and all this.
Yes, one of the worst Aerosmith songs of all time. Yeah.
But I've never seen the movie. That was
Armageddon.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Seems like I would have seen Armageddon.
I think I was just like, we can't participate in that. No. That's dead to me.
I mean, you've gotten to participate in that. Like, you got to do that every day while your dad was home, right? Participate in Armageddon. At least talk about it.
I mean, gosh, me and my dad have been talking about the end of the world since the day I was born. So,
totally.
And
I mean, now that the Mayans like fucked it up in 2012.
Oh, I know, right?
I know.
Maybe they're getting their way now. So like, it's interesting. I think that like in times like this, people tend to, kind of either like check out, right? Check out, just like, I need an escape, like I can't think about this anymore, or they kind of deep dive into their psyche, you know what I mean? And they take like a really like emotional, like heavy duty approach to it.
Yeah.
And I feel like I haven't really had time to do that. Like I feel like that's coming later. Stay tuned. Because I just have not had enough mental space to like really process it all.
Yeah. You had kind of a busy, hectic week last week. There hasn't been a whole lot of processing going on, right?
No, there's only been putting out fires, pretty much. But like a friend of mine, she sent me a poem that really was like very heartfelt and, you know, like someone that really stood back from the situation and was just like, whoa, like this is my total digestion of this for me. And I was like, it was really kind of nice to read it, and it actually, this situation combined with that person's like poetry and like words about this totally reminded me of being in high school.
Oh,
Now I know that's silly, right?
How
but like
so?
I felt so trapped by being in high school. Like I was, you know, it was like I was a hostage of like my own situation, right? So every day was like counting down the minutes so that day would be over, and then, you know, get to the next day.
Right.
And then on the times where I wasn't in school, it was like making those days super duper long, right? And then it was all about this escape and like living in a fantasy and wanting to be someone else, live somewhere else. I mean, I was like so deep in like trying to escape that situation so hardcore that like I kind of did like a little bit of an Abed thing, I think.
How so?
Well, like, you know, Abed from Community, right? Like he's like in a movie all the time, you know, and he's like regurgitating
movie or TV references constantly.
Yeah, and I think that's kind of where I went. It was like, I'm just gonna live in a movie or a song, and I'm not here.
It's Seinfeld. What were you watching at that time? When you were in high school? Mad About You.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, Mad About You.
Oh, wow,
Seinfeld.
Friends.
Friends. A little bit.
We're friends.
The Fugitive.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
The movie. Starring Harrison Ford, Tommy Lee Jones.
Yeah.
The One-Armed Man.
The Firm.
The Firm.
You know, I mean, there's some good movies in there. Pulp Fiction.
Right in high school times, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a formative time.
Yeah. But his summary of how he felt about this situation of being, you know, like unable to go about your daily stuff, I was like, whoa, dude. Like, I've been there. I've kind of already been there, in a way.
So the what's it called again? The lockdown, what's the governor thing?
Shelter in place.
The shelter in place is like high school?
I mean, that seems so dumb, but I mean, that's kind of like how it felt for me.
Oh, okay.
Because I was waiting to be released from a situation. Like, I was waiting for a certain time. So.
Right, just watching the clock.
Watching the clock, yeah.
Yeah, I was reading, somebody else was either talking about that or wrote about like the school experience recently, and it was talking about that too. Of course, I never had that really because, you know, I didn't do the regular school thing, but yeah, I could totally see that and get it, you know, for a certain type, like having to spend all that time seemingly like arbitrarily or something, like just sitting there like watching the clock. Like,
it's a good way to go insane.
Yeah, it's sort of like a prison.
It was definitely like a prison experience, yeah.
Right. And it's like you can take that and go like a different direction and, you know, like whatever, like figure out something to do that's like...
Oh, I could have done a million different things, but, you know, that was just where my brain was at. But it's funny, like, thinking about, okay, well, if I was back there and then this happened, and everybody was like, go home, you can't come to school, it's time to do independent study and homeschool, I'd have been so excited, dude.
Oh, okay, I get it.
That would have been like get out of jail free card. I've been like, oh my gosh, like my prayers have been answered. But you know, I mean, that's totally different for every kid. Like
totally, yeah.
But yeah,
oh, that's really interesting. Yeah.
But see, that was like the thing I was waiting for, and it never happened. So I had to leave high school early on my own accord.
Damn you, global pandemic! You didn't show. You showed up. What would that be like? 24 years too late.
So we've got some things in our time though.
Right? We got a few.
Does anything like jump out in your mind when you think about all the crazy shit that's happened?
Yeah. Oh, definitely. All the shit that's happened ever.
In our lifetime.
Oh, in our lifetimes. Okay. You know what? Like, this has made me so much more conscious of. Oh, let me ask you something real quick.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Sure. Yeah.
So if I go like this and I start touching my neck,
Yeah.
and if I don't make it past like the line of the chin,
Yeah.
does that still count as like a face touch?
No, because your neck is at your face.
Okay, right. So this is neck down here
Yeah.
still?
Uh-huh.
So it becomes face at the chin.
I guess so, yeah.
Okay.
I believe that's the definition of a face. It has a chin and it has a mouth and 2 eyes.
Right, but you know, you don't like when you're thinking about it like in a abstract way like that. It's not just a flat thing. Like, so you have to consider that this face has like this underhanging cliff. You know, that goes back to the neck, and so like, yeah, where's the line?
Maybe you should shave.
I think we.
What do you think?
I think we should ask a barber. We should get a barber or a barbarian on here and see what they think.
I think a barbarian's already on here.
Yes. I come from the land of the ice and snow, but I want to live where the papayas grow.
Yeah, you do. So what? Are you going to ask me about this situation here?
Yeah, is that good?
We're like going to have a battle of the elbows.
Yeah, this is a little confining, you know. Need some shit to play with over here and over here. Put my ADHD, you know, to work. Yeah, yeah. We thought of some stuff, man.
Yeah, we did.
It was it's been kind of like a traumatic lifetime, apparently.
In a way, a little
When you
bit.
go back and like think about all the documentaries that you've seen or learned about that were about things that happened in your lifetime, like, okay, so do you want to just go down the list? Like,
Sure, let's go down the list.
Like, we're both born. I was born technically in the 70s.
You old fart.
But just barely.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, only like 11 months of
Yeah.
the 70s were left. Or like,
Right. That's right.
yeah. Most of one.
Right.
Okay. And so like, yeah, like, of course, like the first thing that jumps out to us. Well, no, I don't even know. What is the first thing?
I don't know. You tell me what's your first thing that jumps out in your mind as far as like some kind of craziness you can remember.
Yeah, so I mean, I guess there must have been craziness, but the first thing that I can remember and that we talked about was like AIDS. The AIDS crisis in America.
Yeah.
Or whatever, and that's funny.
Oh yeah, that's hilarious.
You know?
Yeah.
That's comedy.
Let's
right
really
there.
get into that.
Yeah, that was good times.
No, it was horrible. I mean,
No, yeah, it was. It was like, it was scary.
it was scary, and it was a little bit like this in a way. Like I think people were really afraid; they didn't understand what it was and what to do, and you know what can you do, not. I think it's similar in that way. Like, I mean, I'll say one thing. Like, it made the '90s. Like when I got to high school and we did sex ed. I'll tell you what, they really let us have it.
It was like super aggressive.
It was like scared straight for sex. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was like show all the pictures of all the horrible diseases with no filter.
Mm-hmm.
Like, here's a dick that's covered in like horrible, like some kind of something that looks like cauliflower. No, I mean really, like truly, like on a slideshow.
Okay.
And we were like thinking they were gonna come in there and like give us the whole like birds and the bees, talk. About like how
Yeah.
people, have babies or whatever.
Right.
And they like just went right into that and we're like, oh my god, like what?
Oh my god, I have to look at dick cauliflower?
I mean, it was
What is that even?
it was so intense, dude.
Can you rice that?
Oh no.
Dick cauliflower? Rice
Gross.
dick cauliflower?
Good for you though, Drew.
Like, I have so much trouble picturing this because, having a non-traditional, like, schooling background, I didn't have, like, a, traditional sex ed class per se, or whatever.
I don't think you did.
And so, like, was it, like, an erect penis? Like, with cauliflower on it? Because that's what I picture, like...
Oh yeah, it was like a porno. No, it was like a No, it was a doctor picture. You know those horrible doctor pictures, like when you Google something that's wrong with you, and then they have this like plethora of all the diagnosed, like skin cancer or like whatever.
Yeah.
It was like that. Yeah,
Okay.
the flash is on, right? So you don't miss any of the details. Really poorly lit. No, totally flaccid. Yeah, it was really gross. It was really gross. Like, I remember that one really stuck out to me, and it was like, we all had to kind of like look at it like for a really long time to just be like,
Yeah.
okay, what am I even looking at? Is that a leg? Like, what? Yeah.
What is that? Cauliflower? I'm pretty sure that's
Oh my
cauliflower.
gosh. I mean, I almost died.
That's crazy.
But the thing is like, usually kids laugh. Like, I don't really think people are laughing. I mean, I think everybody was just like, whoa.
They weren't laughing. You don't recall laughter?
No.
They were like,
It was
oh,
shock.
shit.
It was like shock.
But then, so they talked about AIDS or whatever.
Yeah.
They're like,
Of course.
this is AIDS.
But you can't show AIDS like on the outside, like
Yeah.
a sexually transmitted disease. So
Right.
Anyway, a side note, Charlie just went to sex ed class, and they didn't do that to him. Which
Oh,
was
they
nice.
didn't?
No, they've changed. I think they've realized that
Maybe that's not super
that's not maybe the way
helpful
to go.
or effective.
Yeah. I don't know. It was pretty effective, I think, for us. I think we really were like, okay.
If you want to like traumatize
Yeah, we were
children.
traumatized. So like,
Yeah.
we're like,
We're like, okay.
condoms? Yes. Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah. Thousands of condoms.
Yeah, they gave us thousands of I mean, it was just like, here you go.
Thousands?
They had a huge box of them. They were just like, okay, kids, line up. Everybody gets 50 condoms today. Yeah.
That's handy.
It was real. So, and things have gone like all the way backwards from that, where kids get no sex ed.
Really?
Oh, yeah. So
Even today?
No, yeah, even today.
Because of like parental objections or
Yes.
something? Okay. I guess like we didn't want girls to get that HPV vaccine either.
Right.
And then like they did it anyway. And then like cervical cancer rates, like, because I think it's 10 years later now.
Right.
I saw some headline where it's like they're like
Down.
hugely, decreased.
You know who really needs to get the HPV vaccine is guys.
Oh.
So Charlie got it.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Can I get that?
No, because you're not going to sleep around, right?
No.
Okay, then you don't need it.
But do I have HPV possibly?
No.
Is it just something you get from like the toilet seat or something?
Oh my God. You need to go to sex ed.
Do they have an adult class at the place?
The Planned Parenthood?
Yeah.
They do. They educate adults and kids and
That's
old
wonderful.
people.
I
Yeah.
don't think I really need it, but that'd be fun to go. We should go together.
We could
There should
go.
be a date.
Oh, that'd be fun.
Team Babe date. We'll live tweet the sex ed class.
You know, the lady said that she taught so many people sex ed that week that she was losing her voice. So it's obviously needed. I don't know why, for any particular reason, but yeah.
Weird.
I know.
That was last week.
Yeah. That was just last week. That
It was
seems
a
like
weird week.
ages ago. Ages ago. Yeah. So anyway, I mean, if you wanted to just rattle off like a list of all the stuff that's happened in our lifetime, it feels like complete nonsense, craziness. Like, weren't you saying like the cat jumped on the keyboard in the simulation and all that? I mean, like the cat has jumped on the keyboard like I think a couple of times.
Yeah, we're all living in a simulation.
Right.
Like a coworker of mine, said this while I was in a chat last week. Like it seems like we're living in a simulation and a cat jumped on the keyboard.
And then everything just went completely cuckoo upside down. Yeah. There's no rhyme or reason to
hit and
it.
pause.
Right.
Now are your life.
So I was thinking about that, and I was like, wow, like we've kind of been through some stuff. So AIDS was one thing. My earliest crazy memory of something happening is like the Challenger explosion.
Oh yeah.
I was 6, I think, when that happened. Seeing that live was kind of intense. And then we had like the Gulf War, and we had
There was crazy like terrorist shit going
all
on.
kinds of terrorist stuff that happened
Like-
in the 90s.
Oh yeah, that's what made me think of the documentaries, because we watched those ones on like Oklahoma City and Ruby Ridge and Waco or whatever. It was like, fuck. You like add that in with like Mogadishu, like Somalia, like that Black Hawk Down thing.
That was scary. Yeah. And then, we also had like 9/11. We had Y2K. I mean, that was another crazy.
I got my Y2K white jelly. To mention that in an episode or two ago.
You did.
Yeah.
And, we had like the stock market crash 2008.
Yeah, the housing market.
That was really crazy. And this seems familiar. This time that's happening right now feels like that a little bit.
It feels like that, except for us, luckily, it feels a lot more stable.
Well, we don't own a home, first of all.
Right.
We're in a completely different situation. I think that's because we are so gun shy. Based on all of this stuff, right? That we have not, gone back to having like unlimited hope about, the future.
Totally.
But now that I'm thinking about all this stuff, I'm like, it kind of makes sense. Like, yeah. I mean, some people call us jaded, and some people call us like, negative.
Another Aerosmith song.
I just can't get enough.
Yeah. It's almost like they've been around for so fucking long that they've made a song out of every word.
Yeah. Yeah, that's probably true. And they made money.
Ones that sound cool.
They made money off of every word too.
Jaded.
Crying.
There were those one-word song names.
Dude looks like a lady.
For a while. That's a few words.
Yeah.
Yeah. The one from Armageddon.
That doesn't count. That is so dumb.
It doesn't count. Y2K, 9/11, Anthrax, Iraq War, Afghanistan War, 2008, housing market crash, SARS, mad cow disease, swine flu, bird flu, car fire, campfire. Those are kind of local to us. Trump, stock market crash, and now COVID-19.
Yeah, that's a lot of stuff.
But I think the point is that, like, we did it, man. We done it.
We did?
No, like, we've experienced this trauma before. It just feels new or whatever, because it's a little bit more personal now, because it's like a thing where you have to stay inside and try not to go crazy. And then, like, if you're not lucky, like we are, or we happen to be, like, we can still work, we can still do, our amazing podcast and our video recordings.
Yeah.
And, I can try and make beats and stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean, we're certainly in the lucky category. And I don't pretend like, this situation's not a joke, but we have to because we're still able to make jokes. We hope that helps the situation a little bit, because we gotta take a break. Like, if you can take a break, like, you gotta take a break, because it's like super stressful.
Yeah. Definitely take a break.
So I feel like, this is the break, right?
This?
We're not working.
Oh, we're providing a break. For ourselves.
Yeah.
And for our fellow humans.
That's right.
And maybe, like, animals.
Do animals listen to podcasts?
Maybe there's a dog right now just, like, chilling on the couch. Yeah. Watching. Yeah. Hey, buddy. hey, wanna go for a walk? Huh?
Oh, that's cruel.
Ball.
Oh, that's cruel.
No? Yeah?
Man, that's cruel. We used to have to spell
You
that.
gonna cut that out?
No.
You gonna ring the doorbell that we don't have?
No. Yeah.
Instantaneous woof no matter what.
So I bet I know what your dad's been saying all this time.
What?
That he's been talking to people in the offline.
Yeah, man, it's all on the offline.
He's on the offline.
You gotta be on the offline.
And now it's all about the offline.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Because we have to do everything virtually.
And we have to reverse and invert every single thing.
It's a special language.
Like, and with arbitrary things too, like avocados are artichokes and artichokes are avocados.
Yeah, that seems right.
The standard.
Pancakes or tortillas or something, and tortillas or pancakes or something like that, right?
Like, the lawnmower is the vacuum cleaner.
Right. And the vacuum's the lawnmower. Hey, we'll get this all straight.
Yeah, we're definitely living on the offline. But also on the online.
Oh, no.
Let's admit.
We're all living completely online, I think, at this point, unless you're in like the very small group of people that don't use the internet.
Certainly, if you're watching this, you're living on the offline.
Yeah.
which is really the online, if you know the lingo.
Mm-hmm.
If you get down.
Mm-hmm. Well, you know, last week we were here like dancing with ourselves, right? This week we're in virtual insanity. Maybe next time we'll think of some other snappy place to be.
Yeah.
That.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. If anybody has suggestions, hit us up on Twitter or send us an email about that.
Yeah. You'll be sure to get back to them right away, right?
Absolutely. Monitoring those direct messages daily. On it. Looking at those mentions. Looking at those retweets.
So one thing that I think we forgot to mention last time that I'm kind of like super excited about is that you're making some music. What is up with that?
Oh, yeah.
You made some sick beats, dude. Like, hello.
Yeah. Longtime listeners of the show may have noticed that there's been a little bit of, musical interlude, like, leading up to the last couple episodes.
And it's not just musical interlude, it's like all original.
Well, it's just like fucking around.
So?
On my DAW, man. My digital audio workstation.
Oh.
My DAW.
See, you're already cooler than me. I can't compete.
Yeah, so I'm finally putting to use some of the years of musical training and performance by, using some of the instruments I also have laying around the house.
I was just going to say, we have a lot of instruments that are kind of collecting dust, and I was really happy to see that you got it out and actually did something with it.
And I started this before we were on lockdown, mandatory.
You did?
What was it called? Shelter in place. SIP. Shelter in place. Yeah. Shelter in place.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, just so you know.
I'll get it, Gavin.
They use that same term for when there's an active shooter.
Shelter in place?
Yeah. So it's kind of a serious term,
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a little, morbid.
Right? But, yeah.
Like the virus is some shooter walking around outside with
I don't know how they came up with that, but anyway.
Yeah. Anyway, what were we talking about?
Your hot beats, man.
Oh, yeah. So, I don't know. I've been just fucking around. I plugged in the little MIDI keyboard I got a few months ago that I hadn't played with.
Yeah.
And just started, screwing around. So, I don't know. They're really kind of amateurish and whatever, but it's just fun.
I don't think so.
So, yeah.
Are there more? Are there more coming?
Oh, there's an infinite number of beats.
Nice.
In my head. Maybe there's not an infinite number.
I could say, though, that you spent, a really long time, working on that one day. So long that you
most of the day?
You didn't even know that how many hours had gone by, and I think you forgotten to go to the bathroom or drink water, have a bite to eat,
I've been doing that.
You went way down the rabbit hole on that.
Yeah, and that was way before lockdown.
But I think that's good because when you get in a creative zone and you're just I'm gonna figure this out. It's
good if you're good at it. If you get in a creative zone and you're just in the zone, but you're putting out stuff that sucks.
Then you should immediately stop and then just not try to do it anymore. Is that what you're saying?
Well, no. Maybe it's still fine. Maybe it's good. That's what I'm saying. I don't know.
You're such a critic of yourself, man. This is crazy.
Yeah. Well, yeah. The patients are running the asylum. You know what I'm saying?
It's too true. Touche. Right? But no, I'm excited that you're making that. And even if you never made another one, I'm hey, we got a Team Babe theme song.
Yeah, there's 2 potential ones.
Yeah, and then I heard you screwing around with it today. And it sounded to me like you had some new hot beats that were based on 90s, hip hop. What was up with that?
Well, yeah, I got, we did our little pre-production session. Mm-hmm. I don't want to tell tales out of school again, but we do
a lot
have a little yeah, it's our primary function.
How's that chord treating you?
It's great, man. I'm really fucking loving it. This whole thing, this whole experience of having that stupid thing there staring at me. I mean, I love you people, but that camera.
You like that?
Hey, but yeah, it's making me realize how much just like weird nervous movement that I do.
It's okay.
As I'm sitting around. And
This is a non-judgment
I'm like
zone.
counting the face touches. I'm like, oh, can't get no respect, huh? I gotta pull this away from my from my itchy, hairy neck, you know, like.
Are you gonna shave for next week?
No.
Damn, son.
No, I mean, I'll shave at some point because like it's reaching like a critical, like it's getting crucial.
Well, it's reached Tobo level, I'll say that.
Mission accomplished.
Okay, so.
Bam! Yeah, so we thought like we'd do about a 44-minute intro. And then we would get into like the main topic of the episode.
Oh, what's that?
Which is we're going to do a little poetry reading.
Oh, okay.
Of the poem that you mentioned.
Ah.
I don't know if it's a poem, but it's a little.
It's a snippet.
It's a snippet, you know. And then I was listening to Joe Rogan podcast this last week. I don't listen to it all the time, but I listened to the one with Duncan Trussell, and they were talking about, hey. Don't fuck with me, man. You do that, so I'll just like fucking sit up straight. Sit up straight, pull your shoulders back.
Alright, keep talking.
Yeah, and they were talking about the coronavirus thing too, because
And we were all talking
have
about
a podcast and talk about coronavirus.
What else can you do?
Yeah. I mean, the only thing missing is being like a hilarious comedian.
Isn't Joe Rogan supposed to be a hilarious comedian?
No. I'm talking about us.
Oh, well, we are, obviously.
I don't know. You tell me.
I'm telling you.
I'm telling you.
So you listened to Joe Rogan and he had some guy on there and he said...
Oh, yeah. They were talking about Corona.
Okay.
And he is Duncan Trussell.
Right.
He's really kind of weird, trippy out there, dude. And he was talking about this Shelley poem, and he didn't recite it, but I thought that I would recite that.
Okay.
For the evening.
Let's hear it.
Since you love good poetry recitation.
You know it.
Let me just click on the link here on my paper that I printed out. Boop.
Well, that's mine. Oh,
okay.
You have one here. Oh, I see. Well, do you want to look it up on your phone?
No, I don't. I'm just joking.
You're not going to read it?
I was joking about the poetry reading.
I'll tell you what. Let's put it in the episode notes.
Yeah, sure. Put a
Okay.
link to it.
Okay.
Yeah, read it yourself, you filthy animal. You have plenty of time on your hands. You're sitting around, doing nothing, doing less than nothing.
Maybe I'll put my thing that I was referencing for my high school experience and then in the notes too, and see if that like either helps or hurts your situation.
The poem was like something about Ozymandias, which I don't know what the fuck, but it's like some picture Planet of the Apes, the end of Planet of the Apes, where they come out and there's like the Statue of Liberty is like on the beach or whatever.
Right.
So I'm sure that that's influenced by this poem by Shelley or whatever.
Right.
But yeah, it's basically like all about this, person and this culture that was built up and thought it was like the shit or whatever. And then something happened and it is no longer the shit. It is less than nothing.
Now I'm going to ask a dumb question because I'm not an intellectual. Is this Shelley person the same Shelley that wrote Frankenstein?
I don't know. I don't think so.
A more modern
That
Shelley?
was like Mary Shelley.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, different. Definitely different.
So, so getting back to your hot beats.
Oh, yeah.
I realized that one of the things you were working on today had to do with our whole conversation, our whole diatribe.
What's that?
Well, it was about whether or not TLC's song "Don't Go Chasing Waterfalls" was about death. Now, apparently, when you live in the 90s and you're a teenager and everything, and you see hot girls on a music video, you're like, this isn't about death. This is fun. Right. This is great.
No, this is the
way.
T-Boz, Chili, and
Little
Left Eye.
Oh, Left
Lisa.
Eye. I was gonna say Little Eye.
I keep thinking like Lisa Loeb, like Left Eye Lisa Loeb, but it's Lopez.
Lisa Loeb was definitely not in TLC. She wasn't very
And
awesome.
she had 4 eyes.
Yeah, so anyway, I was like, well, that's a song that's kind of sad and about death. And we were talking about AIDS and epidemics and stuff. And I was like, that song is totally all about that. And you're like, no, it wasn't.
Yeah, very rudely, like, just totally nagged you.
Yeah, and I was like, I don't know what song you were listening to, but if you chase a waterfall, like, you're going to die. And you were like, no, there was some hot girl, like, in a lake.
Was there? Yeah, I'm really trying to remember that video. I'm gonna have to go back and watch the video.
I remember it.
You remember it?
It was like the same era as Jamiroquai, where they started using the green screen.
Yeah.
And so they were all dressed in like the same kind of like colors, and then it was like this very like white video where there was like transparent water.
Wow.
You know, like they did it up on that.
Yeah, that was a huge hit, huge song too, huge single for the good folks at TLC.
Yeah.
Or whatever. Yeah, it's
It must have sent you a mixed message.
It's definitely sent me a mixed message because I mean I think that the execs, they had to try to sell that thing. It was a super catchy song, so like, you know, it sells itself to a large degree.
Right.
But they sure like back-ended a lot of like pretty heavy duty like lyrical themes into that. Like,
oh man,
the kid dies because he's living that gangster life,
oh,
and then the guy dies because he got HIV. You know, 3 letters put him in his final place or whatever. Yeah, and so I was like, no, it's not. That's another TLC song.
So what did you think it was about? Like before we had that conversation, like when you thought of don't go chasing waterfalls.
Don't go chasing waterfalls to me doesn't mean like it's death or whatever. And this is all very death oriented.
Right.
You know, so it's like don't go like I don't know.
Like going after a dream you can't get or something, or going after
like to the point where
okay.
you don't like engage in like what your actual life is, you know, like that's what
fantasy.
That's what it means to me. Yeah, it's more like fantasy based or whatever.
Gotcha.
But this was not fantasy.
No.
This was a dark fantasy.
Yeah. Well, it was probably something from their life.
Yeah.
You know, that's usually what artists do.
Mm-hmm.
To talk about something from their real life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pretty heavy.
Yeah, and it's, I don't know, it's just kind of interesting how...
But also such an earworm. Holy shit, man. Oh, and that's why so like I woke up early this morning, which I didn't have to do, but I couldn't go to sleep.
Day off.
Yeah, and like I had like 2 songs going through my head that I have no idea if I'll be able to like sample or whatever. But I was like hearing them together.
In your mind?
I'm burping or whatever now.
So you were hearing them together in your mind in your sleep?
Yeah, and I couldn't stop it, so I had to like... First I got up and I went to the bathroom and I made a note. I was like, check this out later.
Right.
And then I couldn't go to sleep, and then I just got up and I checked this out later.
Oh.
Or whatever, but who knows if it'll work out.
So did you try it?
It's not Waterfalls.
Oh, okay.
That's another TLC song.
So what, you're trying to loop that with like another song and like make a new sick beat with samples?
If it was successful, then you probably heard it at the beginning of this episode.
And if it wasn't, then stay tuned, right?
Yeah, and copyright violation.
You'll have to be kind of careful with that one, right? And that might be for like private listening only. We'll see.
Yeah, I might have to come up with something different, you know, but I mean, it's just like a never-ending supply up there.
That's true.
I mean,
yeah, that's true. I think I think the irony of all this, you know, being stuck at home and, you know, don't go out unless you have to, and only go to the park and stay away from people and all that, you know, is that we've all kind of been like working up to like really making that happen, like through social media, Amazon, you know, they're always talking about these drone deliveries that are going to start, right? Going to drop off medication at your door and all this. Although I always picture like some kid with a BB gun shooting down drones with like Vicodin or whatever, but that's just me going to that dark place.
He's shooting it with Vicodin?
No.
He's like, here's a fucking Vicodin. Take that, you asshole drone. And the drone's just I feel so I don't feel any pain now.
No, I was gonna say, like, don't start getting into this AI drone. That's really gonna be in trouble.
That's virtual insanity. There are so many like levels to the lyrics, man.
I know,
Just
right?
get in there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Anyway,
Sapporo.
we've all been like working up to this life that we're all supposed to be living now in this shelter in place, which is like get your food delivered, right?
Yeah.
Don't go to the restaurant. Like get it delivered. Get your groceries delivered.
Don't get
right?
HIV.
Right. I mean, social distancing works great for like reducing the spread of like sexually transmitted diseases also. And then there's also like social distancing via social media where
Right.
you just talk to each other like on a digital
On Skype.
platform. Yeah, you Zoom,
FaceTime.
you Skype, you FaceTime,
You Google
TikTok,
Hangout.
yeah, you
You
whatever.
Instagram.
Right. And so, like, in a way, we already have all of these ways to communicate and do all this stuff. But now that we have to, I think everybody's going to realize they're like, oh, people actually do like to be together, you know, in real life
Yeah.
and in real time. But I think that's a
Absolutely.
little bit ironic. It's like we have the tools to be apart for the most part, you know?
Yeah. No, they work great. I mean, that's how my whole job functions.
Right. Right.
And it
Exactly.
functions like very well.
I mean, if you have internet, if you have technology available to you, you can do that, right? But like,
As far as like real connection though, the
Yeah.
times when I've been face to face with the people I work with,
yeah, it's
my
different,
colleagues,
right?
it's like,
It's
oh,
different.
okay, now I know you,
Right,
whatever. Now I feel much more confident, like pinging you on Slack.
right,
You know, it's
right.
like, yeah,
There's
'cause
something to that.
I sat next to you and I read a newspaper.
Wow, that was really old-fashioned.
You know? Yeah.
Speaking of that, I think I'm gonna get that subscription to the Wall Street Journal. You know,
Oh man, Dayton Hurl was like reading the Wall Street Journal. Is that what he says? You don't remember? You don't remember lines of movies, but you remember every slight that I've ever given you?
that's not true. Now, if I was my grandma, I would have written it down in my little book so
Little
that
log.
when I get to the end of my life, I can sit down with you and say, now on July 1st, 1985, you said this to me.
Right. What was that?
Oh, it would have been something like,
And I will deduct.
oh no, yeah, you didn't say
This much
hello to
money.
me, and then now I've deducted $100 out of your will.
Right.
Like-
You did not speak to me.
No, I'm not keeping that kind of count, man. Life's short. You gotta just like enjoy.
I think that's gone out, with the new generation.
You think so?
Yeah.
Keeping score?
Keeping score.
It's
That's a
gone
good
out?
theme for an episode. Keeping score.
Keeping score.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like all your grievances and all your like grudges and shit.
Yeah, man. Let's settle the score.
Like grudge match.
I guess maybe we shouldn't do a pre-production meeting while we're doing the episode.
Probably not. No, probably not. Like let's stick to the topic.
It is a
at
good
hand.
sort of record of ideas, though,
Oh man. You know what? One of
if you will.
these days we're gonna make a blooper reel, dude.
Yeah. Is it going to be choice?
It's gonna be a choice. It's gonna be better than like anything we've ever done.
Speaking of blooper reels, so The Office is the #1 streamed thing on Netflix or net streaming platforms, like with the COVID
Really?
or whatever.
Because people miss going to work, or
No, I think it's just like a beloved show that you can get like
makes you feel good.
you can watch
Yeah.
again.
Makes you laugh.
Still, yeah, makes you laugh. But those are some good blooper reels.
Oh yeah, those
that
are.
Charlie's been catching lately. That's what made me think.
Those
of that.
are good.
Our
Yeah.
blooper reels will never be that grand, but
Never say never, man.
yeah. I mean, who knows? We're on the silver screen
I mean,
now.
yeah, I was just gonna say, if we keep doing this, you don't know what kind of bloopers we're gonna end up with, right?
Robert Evans is probably about to give me a buzz. I shouldn't have said that. Fuck.
Why? You said last names.
No. Robert Evans, the famous Hollywood producer. The kid stays in the picture guy.
Oh, right. Isn't he?
I don't know, probably.
And then he's probably not gonna call you.
If he did, then that would be that's a great start of a movie.
That's
I get
true.
a call from dead Bob Evans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
From the grave.
Yeah.
Well, this is a great, like, start to an Inquirer article.
Yeah, I think we should get Pacino in on this, too.
Yeah, I like getting Pacino in on it, you know? Yeah.
I like to keep Pacino, you know, in the loop, at the very least.
I like to keep him in the picture myself, you know?
Pacino stays in the picture. That's what Bob would say.
Yeah.
Okay.
You like that?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's good. Well, goddamn.
Have we wasted another hour?
And you wasted another perfectly good hour. Babe and Babe on the Babe or Babe.
On the Babe channel?
Yeah, so anyway, like, let us know if you like this, if it ends up being a video, if you liked watching it.
If it ends up, I mean...
Oh, you're putting this out regardless.
Oh, you know me.
I do know you. Yeah, it's probably going up. So yeah, let us know what you think.
Yeah.
If you like this.
If you like it, let us know.
We're closer to Tom, and we're closer to you. We're a whole lot closer to you, actually. We like that.
Oh, man.
We're pointing at you.
Laying it on thick, dude.
Yeah. So,
what a ham.
well, man, if I'm going to ham it up with anybody, it's going to be you, babe.
Damn straight.
That's all right. Well, I love you, babe.
Love you too.